Video brought to you by Morante Plumbing and Oil. Morante, the #1 name in plumbing.
飞黄跳
And we are back, G-Mac and Winnie, coming at you with a brand new edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's go dangerous.
I'm having the creamy.
We went dangerous. Let's go. Let's get dangerous.
We'll get dangerous. The creamy watermelon. I'm finishing it for the price, but I'm not getting it again.
Okay, what number are you in? 3, 4?
I'm in 4.
Okay, well, you missed.
Nice. Who's the Irish guy?
That is the new entrance. Instead of 24 Cross Media, it is now 1460 Entertainment.
Nice.
It is now official. You need to get that over to all your shit now.
Yeah. If you have the file saved, you can.
I think we're gonna have to do it like plug board into plug board. I don't.
I'll figure it out. If I can clip it from our podcast, maybe I can do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So it is official. This is the 4th of July edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast.
Yep.
We haven't seen each other in a few weeks because we're shooting twofers now.
Yep.
It got extremely balls hot. And then I could see my breath last night while I was cooking on the grill up at the campground.
Listen, I'm not knocking that weather. Fuck that. It's great.
No, you never will.
I think Saturday, Sunday looks like it's going to be way more seasonably warm.
Oh, is it?
High 80s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Which is where it belongs. Fuck 100.
Yeah.
Honestly, the heat's not the big thing, really. It's the humidity. And it was fucking straight soup. Bedroom door had condensation on the outside of it from how cold it was in the bedroom as opposed to the hallway. Nah, I'm over that shit, but hey.
You know, when it's real hot like that, that's the time you want to go swim.
Right.
Go float in the pool, float in the lazy river, that type of shit.
Yep.
Other than that, there's nothing really you want to do in the heat except for getting your underwear in the AC and
pretty much
relax.
Yeah. Laying a fucking bed of ice. I mean, yeah, no, it was gross.
You want to talk a little bit about this fucking color hat you got on here?
Oh man, so I was at work last week and came across this on, I think, Instagram. I'm like, holy fuck, that's the hat I had in high school. And there's actually,
you just need the propeller.
I don't have my yearbook. I don't know what the fuck it got destroyed.
Senior year?
Yeah.
I do.
Right. So you got to go in there when you get a chance. And when they did like the class best dressed and all that shit,
yeah,
I got friendliest to the class. And there's a picture of
were you with that hat on?
Me like pretending that I'm teaching Christina Collins something. Because it was just a picture taken in the cafeteria. And I have like a denim hooded shirt and then this hat on.
So you had the Canadian tuxedo and that hat.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'll have to take a picture of it and put it up on the Outlaw.
Yeah, that'd be awesome
this week.
Definitely.
Nice.
So yeah. No. Other than that, listen, I got next week will be when this drops. It's coming out on the 3rd, and then the following week is your birthday and vacation.
Oh shoot! Yeah, the next episode will be my birthday. It's the birthday episode.
Right.
Yeah.
So
this is the first year I'll be in country in the last few.
Are you on vacation?
Oh yeah, I'm off from next Wednesday evening for 20 days.
Nice. Are you going anywhere?
Nope. not that I'm nothing planned. That doesn't mean I won't.
A lot of time at camp.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I won't.
How long has it been since you've been up to see a Cape game?
Oh man. 2000 Summer got married 22, 20 or 21.
Right. And
1 year Jordan didn't go, then the next year Summer didn't go, and then that was it.
the MLB draft is coming up.
Yeah, so in like 2 weeks, probably this episode and next episode that we're going to record today,
Right.
my birthday episode, the next episode should be the Ethan Conrad, if he doesn't get yanked right to wherever he is.
So that's the other question. Is he going to go when he gets drafted? Because you can elect to forego your draft spot and go back to college and then go back in the draft next year. Is he set on going to the
No,
pros
he's
now?
at the MLB Combine right now.
Oh, where is it this year?
I don't know, but like I didn't even realize they did that, but yeah, he's there.
It's in the video game now.
Yeah.
That's how real they've gotten with it. You go from high school to college.
Is this a new thing that
To
they
the
do in
Combine.
MLB Combine?
Top 100 get called out there, I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah.
And
And what kind of stuff do they participate in?
if it's like the video game, if it's like it is in MLB The Show, there's a day of like evaluation for skills, and then they actually play games.
Oh yeah,
And then all 30 teams are there to evaluate, and
yeah.
based upon
You know,
that.
he got invited, even though he's coming off that injury to his throw. You know, it's
Well,
his throwing arm, but he's an outfielder. But
He was
it's just-
number 23
Yeah,
going into the season, and he was fucking tearing it up.
yeah,
So if he's healed enough to where he can at least swing a bat,
right. And making a hustle play on a ball,
right?
dove for it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I don't know where he is as far as rehab is concerned, but if he's healthy enough to swing a bat, why not get out there and do it and show what he can do?
right. Like his legs are good, his speed's still there,
Right.
all that stuff. So
And he had played some first, right? When he was
he's
in
played
Marist.
first and then the outfield
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Listen, he's got a
hopefully-
good frame for it.
Yeah,
you know?
he's a big kid and he ain't done growing yet, I'm sure.
Right.
I know mom's big or tall for a
Woman,
female for
yeah.
sure. And yeah. It's gonna
Oh,
be exciting.
they're all super athletes. Like his sister's dominating softball pitcher right now too.
Yep.
So no, that's awesome. It's
Yeah.
it's big. It's big. It's probably an exciting time for him. It's getting there.
I'm trying to think local stuff I've seen on social media. Shout out to
Terry here.
Gabby Stracuzzi,
Oh
who
yeah.
got the VFW Scholarship Award.
Oh yeah.
That was on Facebook, friend of the show.
She is.
Well, Dad, Dad is, but Uncle Pat is
Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, I'm sure more is gonna be coming down the line. Graduation for sororities, like you said, is tonight.
Yeah, tonight. So
When did they officially move that to Friday night?
last year,
Okay.
I think it's in the last couple of years.
They definitely did it last year too,
Yeah.
because I don't remember Haley's was Friday night, and Lauren's fiance's sister graduated from sororities, so it was back and forth shuffling. So,
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Next year it'll be. That's it for me. They'll all
You're
be
finally
out.
done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. They'll all be done.
And he's off to a higher learning somewhere.
If he gets his SAT score up.
That'll be good.
This week's top five, the top five most patriotic Americans not president.
Yes, not president. And again, it's our lists.
Yep.
So I'll start us off.
Go ahead.
He was going to be on my list. I wasn't going to be dumb enough to put him number one. But number 5, Elvis Presley.
He was patriotic.
Hell yeah, it was.
Yeah?
He served in the Army.
Okay.
He sang many patriotic songs in all of his stage shows, from America's Beautiful to American Trilogy, national anthem. He performed live in his shows sometimes.
Yeah.
Spur of the moment, but super patriotic. And he was number 8 on A&E's top 100 of patriotic Americans.
Okay. See, so like when you looked at some of these lists, and I'm not knocking Elvis.
Right.
They had like Tom Hanks and Taylor Swift on there. I'm like,
I don't count that.
what does that mean?
Right. Why?
Yeah.
Especially Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I'll give Tay a little shout out. She's always at the NFL games, and I don't know. Has she sung the national anthem somewhere? I'm sure.
I don't know. My number 5, Tim Kennedy.
Okay.
I think the first line of Tom Sawyer by Rush is about Tim Kennedy. Me, warrior.
Okay.
You know, modern day warrior.
Yep.
He was an MMA fighter, Green Beret, Army Ranger sniper. He went on private mission when they left people in Afghanistan. Remember that they pulled out and left all them people? He went on a private mission and saved a whole bunch, I think like almost 100 people that were left behind, Americans that were left behind.
Was he sent there or he didn't?
No, he did it on his own. He got money together and he got a group of people together, and he's special forces to the core. He's got a #1 time bestseller.
That's some hero shit.
He's
right there.
yeah, oh yeah. He's the epitome of a fucking American hero now.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be my number 5, and he should really be higher.
Right.
But like, it's all time. So,
right. Yeah, and that's kind of historic on mine.
Yeah.
Number 4, Walt Disney.
Okay.
I mean, those ears are everywhere. You see the ears. You think of Walt Disney. How much, and until they expanded in, I think the 90s.
Japan.
90s was Euro Disney first. Now they're in Singapore. They're all over the world. Disney's opening up in Dubai, I think, in the future. But how many great memories have been created for families across this country
Through Disney.
through Walt Disney? Yep.
Okay.
And his vision.
My number 4, Michael Phelps,
All right.
most decorated Olympian ever. The Olympics are that weird thing. It used to be every 8 years. Now it's every 4. But it kind of pulls everybody together.
Yeah.
And he was always the epitome of the do not give up American fighting spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's times he kicked the shit out of everybody, but as he got older,
right,
he wasn't the favorite.
You gotta work harder.
And I just remember that dude like kind of peacocking him, and strutting back and forth in front of him just staring at him, and then he takes him down in the final. He beats him, fighting to that last final stroke and just touched the wall just ahead of him.
I am Michael fucking
Phelps. Right.
Yes.
Correct. And the whole country tuned in just to see what he did tonight. You know what I mean? During those times.
Yeah. You look at Olympians and athletes, until the doping scandal, I'm sure we could have made a case for Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that had to happen. But my number 3 is, I got some local flavor in here, which is local to our area. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah?
Big time. We could go President Roosevelt.
Right.
But she was a huge ambassador. She did a lot for women's rights. She was integral. And I mean, he was the last. That's why they limited terms now to 2.
Right.
He was a 3-term president.
He was a 12-year president.
He was a 12-year president. And she was integral in his entire presidency. So,
Okay.
Roosevelt.
My number 3 is a way different take.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan.
Hey, listen.
Listen, he carried the torch. He carried the flag for the 1980s. Vince McMahon.
To the ring.
Vince McMahon was always super patriotic,
Yes.
right? And
First show after 9/11.
Yeah, and having breakfast this morning with the guys from camp, we were talking about this very thing, about who would be on there and why and how. And Sergeant Slaughter came up.
Yeah.
And I was like, if he didn't have that turn,
He didn't have the heel turn to be the Iraqi sympathizer.
Right.
Right.
Because he was in G.I. Joe, the real American hero.
Right.
He was
He
in a
was
cartoon.
G.I. Joe,
He
yeah.
was fucking everything that was about America.
Right.
But Hogan always carried that flag, whether it was against the Iron Sheik or fucking Nikolai Volkov, the Russian.
Yep.
Or Japanese with the Japan flag. Like, he was Mr. America.
Yeah. You know, and shout out to recently deceased Rick Derringer, Real American.
Right.
Now he's got Real American beer. They just introduced Real American freestyle wrestling.
Correct.
Everything is Real American with him.
Yeah.
He's trying to buy Hooters to open up Real American
Hooters
bars. Yeah. I think he's got recently purchased a bill. I don't know if he purchased or rented, but he's opening up a Real American themed restaurant in Times Square.
Nice.
So
so that was my number 3.
Hard to argue.
Yeah, for our lifetime, like what gave you pride when we were kids was fucking Hulk Hogan coming out with that flag.
Yep.
That flag does not fall. And then somebody said, well, what about Jim Duggan? Oh, and I'm like, listen, it would be close, but Hulk Hogan carried the He was the one that carried the torch, basically.
Duggan had the USA chant. I think he was the first wrestler to have the USA chant like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Number 2, Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
Civil rights activist, integral in ending segregation and a beacon of hope for this country, sadly taken down and assassinated. But from the 50s to the 70s, you would struggle to find maybe JFK, but a more integral figure in American history.
Okay. No, that's very prominent figure of that time frame, getting civil rights caught up and changing American culture.
Right.
My number 2, John Wayne.
The Duke.
The
original Duke.
The OG, the Duke. That's who it is. In movies in the 80s, my dad was a cowboy and picture movie guy. You know? But in movies in the 80s, there was sayings, who wants to be John Wayne? Who wants to grab a root and hold on? Who wants to be the guy? That in the beginning of Johnny Be Good, that football scene, they're talking about who wants to be the American, who's got the pride, who's not going to give up today. And that's what John Wayne embodied, the American spirit. Yeah. Do not give up.
You had people that were able to, grab onto that style of movie like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
But definitely not the Americana that came with John Wayne.
No.
Stallone tried with Rambo. And was very good.
Very close came to make
right, because you look at Rocky IV.
Yes.
Which was huge during the Cold War.
Right.
But John Wayne, you think of
America,
you think John Wayne. Absolutely. Yep. And my number 1, the man on the $100 bill. One of our founding fathers and one of the writers and signatures of the Constitution of the United States, Benjamin Franklin.
Okay. That's it? That's all you're saying? All right, because my number 1, Ben Franklin.
All right. There it is.
I said, he's on money. He banged way many foreign women to help our country.
Yes. They say Washington had wooden teeth.
Yeah.
But Ben Franklin had the wood. Yeah, absolutely.
He was delivering the wooden rod.
That's funny. We both ended up with
Ben Franklin.
Very distinctly different lists.
Yeah.
But we both had Ben Franklin at 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only non-presidential American on a fucking money. Right? There's nobody else on money that wasn't a president.
And you could attack this list from so many different angles. If you went athletes, Babe Ruth was Americana in baseball, football.
Kenny Powers.
Oh my God. There's a lot of different ways that you can go, and there's not a wrong answer.
No, and modern.
Colin Powell could have been on there easily.
Modern, very modern is Kid Rock.
Right.
Very pro-American.
Ted Nugent.
Right. 100%. And prior to him becoming president, Trump was always very pro-American.
He was, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a pro-American spirit. It is what it is.
Right.
Like, we have our flaws, but this is our place and this is what we do.
If we could have if presidents were included,
George Washington, hands down.
Right, and for our life, for our time frame, Ronald Reagan would have been on there.
Yep, 100%.
So good list.
Yeah, it was a fun list.
Yep.
All right, let's move along. Five crazy questions presented by Winsky.
All right, number 1. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done for a dare?
Is that last week's? You asked me this on very most recent episode.
Did I really?
Yes.
A dare?
Yes. And I said I was an 8th grader and asked out like a senior.
Oh, all right. We'll skip that because I got a ton more on here. What's a totally irrational fear that you have?
The dark.
What's that?
The dark.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guarantee most people have done this. Oh, okay, here's one. I get in a car and I'm always afraid somebody's in the back seat.
I check the back seat.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
And I shut the door and I recheck it because
I know the car was locked.
And it was empty.
Right.
And there was nobody in it, but there's a fear that somebody's just going to go, ah.
I know as a kid with the dark, you'd shut the light and I would book it to my room and shut the door.
And I'm not saying the dark, but I'm saying I remember coming out from, say, like my pool as a kid.
Yeah.
And then you would turn the light off and you come into the house.
Right.
And you know there was nothing there.
Right.
But between there and the house, you're like, what the fuck's coming in me?
Yeah, absolutely. I still do that shit as an adult.
Yeah,
It's
like,
yeah. But once you close the door, you feel safe again.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, side note to this, couple weeks ago at Dude Night, I drop everybody off on the golf cart and then I'm coming back. Well, nobody's in the campground, so it's fucking dark, bro.
Yeah.
So outside of the headlights, there's no light. And I'm driving back and I'm like, shit my pants, because I'm like, if a bear comes right now,
You're done.
this thing ain't going anywhere. It's got the governor on. I'm just, I ain't going
Fucking
anywhere.
around.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm fucked. So everybody thought that was funny. Hughes had to do it the other night. He's like, oh shit my pants, man. I'm like, if a bear comes. I go, oh, but it was funny when I was on the golf cart.
Speaking of Hughes, did you see the thing I tagged you and him on?
Yes.
With the Gravitron?
Yeah.
I hope you saw it too.
Dude, I've been getting still people emailing.
Yeah.
Emailing or commenting.
Yeah.
Saying, what an amazing show. 10 out of 10. That guy was very impressed. I'm like, holy shoot, man. Like, people are still commenting on his interview.
Yeah. No, it was
good.
It's fun
It was
having
good.
there.
They said you could hear the passion in his voice.
Absolutely. 100% you
Yeah.
can. The sincerity with everything he said. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever told somebody about you?
Oh, I don't know. My dad used to always say, Ma, wipe me. I don't know, when I was like 4 or something, I used to have my mom wipe my ass or something. I don't know. And he would always say, Ma, wipe me. And then I'd be like, dude, I was 4. And I was a teenager. I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, I was 4. He's like, you were like 24.
I can see your dad absolutely
100%.
saying this. Yes.
And would always be a dick about it. Then I remember, I think I won my first race ever, and they threw a big party for me. So they took the trophy that night and they put it on like a table. And then they covered it with like some sheets that were like Smurf sheets. Like when I was a kid, I had the Smurfs.
I had them too.
The Smurfs.
Yeah.
They covered it like my dad just being a dick.
Yep.
Like, hey, look at this kid. He still has Smurf sheets.
Was it the Smurf? Was it the Village?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those sheets. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, Big George. Come on, man. Those are awesome sheets.
Yeah, but he couldn't help it, man. Yeah.
That's all.
He just couldn't help it.
Awesome.
And you wonder why I'm the dick I am.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most absurd dream you've ever had? And I'm talking like fucking painting.
You know this.
Mushrooms.
You know this stuff. When I drink green tea, I get all fucked up.
Yeah.
I'll be on with a Viking helmet riding a fucking dinosaur with a baseball bat. No correlation between any of the things. Correct. It wouldn't be like a sword on a dragon. No, it's all fucked up in like, I don't know, Rob Zombie land. And then, saving somebody that I hate. It doesn't never make sense.
Green tea is the catalyst.
Fucks me up every time.
That's fucking funny. What's the most over the top gift that you've ever received?
They're usually pretty.
Something that would have been like nothing you had any interest in,
but all of a sudden you're like, holy shit.
Or like, oh, thanks. And then when they leave, like, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, like wedding gifts, you got stuff like that you just didn't know. You're like,
that you later regifted?
You're like, well, no, you're just like, what? And I don't know if it ever came out of the box or something like that.
Yeah.
Nothing off the top of my head, really. Nothing that stands out, really. I think one time maybe luggage, and I never traveled anywhere.
Right.
I'm like, fucking luggage. Like, where am I going?
The fucking weirdest thing I've ever got. It was like $17 and change in a card. And it was from a cousin for a birthday. And you could tell that the parent had a 20 and they bought the card and then put the change from the 20 in the card. That was the most fucking awkward present I think I've ever
You're like, oh, well, I'll fill my tank up.
Yay.
Yeah. All right.
And then since I got to replace one, what would you rather take an Aaron Judge swing with a wiffle ball bat to the bottom of the foot?
Yeah.
Or an ungoverned golf cart fucking peel out to the top of your foot?
Aaron Judge to the bottom of my foot.
Yeah. That's tender shit.
Yeah.
I watched the video this week where
people getting smacked in the foot.
Oh boy. He had like medieval ninja weapons They were like chains that were like fucking barbed and shit, and whack. Yeah, no. Houston Jones is absolutely fucking nuts.
I watched these dudes that were taking different things and whipping across their body shirtless.
Was it Marty and Michael?
I don't know. One dude was like really skinny with like a beard and a man bun.
Yes, Marty and Michael.
Yeah.
He takes off running usually after he gets hit.
Yes. And they were just going up the line. And they started with like something like a weed off a thing. And the guy was like, but the one that got him, it didn't hurt him so much. It hurt him here. Don't get me wrong. Across his chest and belly.
A lot of times
it came around and caught him in the elbow.
Yes.
And I mean, it laced them up bad. Yeah. And they just ran, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
These guys are dumb.
That's nasty shit.
Yeah.
They're funny as hell, though.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't do that shit.
Another one Houston Jones did with he had an airsoft, and from point blank, like a foot away, he's shooting himself in the toenails.
Ooh.
And like the third one blew his big toenail completely off his toe.
I shot you point blank in the knee.
You did. That didn't feel good.
Oh. He's like, yeah, go ahead.
Ow, what the?
Yeah, that felt like a fucking hornet sting.
They sting, bro.
Yeah, they sting.
They sting.
All right, moving along. We have done before. Over and under, presented by GMAC. Is it overrated or is it underrated? There is no push. Number one, bomb pops.
Underrated.
Underrated. There's no way around it. Are they on your list too?
I'm looking. I think I kept them off my list just because I had a feeling you were going to throw them on, and I did keep them off my list.
Bomb pops. Yeah, underrated. This is the 4th of July edition. This is the patriotic
Like what
edition.
I be. That's what I buy now. Is the bomb pop flavor.
Yeah.
Energy drinks, the fucking frozen bombsicle flavor.
Yeah. Bomb
Everything's
pops.
bomb pop.
Dude, this I know you don't drink anymore, but the red, white, and berry Seagrams.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, like the wine
and
coolers.
I think Arizona iced tea has
a bomb. Dude, Prime. What about the Prime? Bomb pops.
Little too sweet. But most of their shit is, but again, they're all the best
bomb
flavors.
pops. Yep. Number 2, fireworks.
God damn it. Yeah.
That was on your list.
Well, specify.
Just in general, fireworks. Like on the 4th of July, fireworks.
If I'm going to like a professional fireworks display, underrated.
In general, underrated.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't see them all the time.
And I think that's why they'll remain underrated, because they're not overdone.
Right. And I don't try to go see them anytime outside of like 4th of July.
Exactly.
You know, a big something. Last time I actually saw fireworks was on my birthday in Italy.
Really?
Night of my birthday in Italy on Lake Como. They shot them off from a boat right from our hotel balcony. I mean, Boston and I watched them.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
Cool.
Number 3, parades. 4th of July parades. Got to be specific about this.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna say underrated because it's once a year. Overrated with the 8 million fucking fire trucks.
Yeah.
You should get one fire truck per thing, and your people marching.
And that's the thing is now 48-year-old me is going to say overrated, but 15-year-old me probably would have said underrated.
When we were kids, highly underrated. I remember the circus animals coming through.
Oh yeah,
it was way different back in the 80s and stuff. You don't see that shit anymore.
No.
It's 8 million fire trucks right now.
Not nearly as big as not nearly as much of a variety as it used to be.
Yeah. Number 4, barbecues.
Way underrated.
Like in the backyard, hanging out, whatever. Yeah. Yep. Underrated. What is the staple that has to be at every barbecue?
Oh man, if it's, are we gonna just say the grill not included? Because that's it. Got to be like a good potato salad or macaroni salad.
Yeah, a good salad of some sort. A good salad.
Salad.
Yeah. All right, and number 5, the American flag.
Underrated.
It's got great deep blue, red, and white color, like the color scheme, the stars.
Hey, Betsy Ross could have been on our list.
She could have.
So Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
underrated.
highly underrated. As far as flags go, I think it's one of the most beautiful flags there
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, that is over and under. Did you save any for next show?
I have to look. Let me see.
You're gonna have to do an impromptu list.
Good, 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 and good. Okay.
All right, so you're good to
I
go
did
for the
all right.
next
I
for the
did.
next episode.
Yes.
Do you have any rabbit hole?
What did I watch?
I can hit the button if we have it.
Sure.
Okay. Rabbit hole. What dragged you down the TikTok, YouTube hole, Reels hole this week?
So, our last episode had a ton of. Well, 2 episodes ago, a ton of people are now watching
Terry here.
Terry here and the Bigfoot ones, which
Yeah.
seem to have taken over
Oh yeah.
TikTok, Reels, everything.
Yeah.
Favorite character now, everybody loves Downsy.
Oh yeah, Downsy. Yeah. Yeah. I watched the Downsy one this morning.
Yep.
Downsy on the booger
On the
sugar.
That shit is good. Max had given me one. I can't remember his name, but the guy was like living on MREs for a week, living on protein shakes for a week. It's just funny to see the first couple days on any of these eating challenges, people are good.
Yeah.
And then like by day 3, they're like, fuck, not again. And it's like flavor fatigue sets in. MREs, listen, I've had a few. I know Fiscal Eddie used to have a case of them for some reason. And Charlie would grab one, and after shift, we would go back to Charlie's house. Him and Blaze would cook up an MRE and try them. Some are good, some are god awful.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, like when we were in the field, you didn't know what you got.
Right.
They just tossed them to you.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck, man, beef stroganoff. And you're like, oh, I got, whatever, spaghetti and meatballs. I hate this shit. I'd be like, you're trying to trade.
And I think that the common theme that, like, talking with Charlie about it is rarely did you have the time to set up the heating unit.
No, you just ate it.
Shit. A lot of it ain't good.
No.
The cheese spread and the crackers, usually always good. Maybe a little dry.
Peanut butter.
The peanut butter, the orange drink mix, or the grape drink mix. Yeah. But then, and actually there was a gumbo that was pretty good. But he said the hot dogs were 5 fingers of death. He said they were terrible. Like we wouldn't even eat them. We didn't try them.
Yeah.
Threw them out right away.
Yeah, but again,
right.
That might be all you get to eat for the day.
Right.
They toss you one, you're like, what the fuck?
What he told me of the energy, the in the field energy drink that they would make, and it wasn't really a drink. It was they'd take the instant coffee, the creamer packet, and the sugar, and put it in a tea bag and throw it in like it was a friggin' pouch.
Yeah.
Because you would just get a constant feed of caffeine and you were humming after an hour.
Yeah. Got to make it work.
That's it. So,
anything else you watched?
Actually, I saw a really good compilation. It was like 45 minutes long of just players over the last 50 years in mammoth home runs. Forgot how good Prince Fielder was for such a short time.
Oh yeah,
that dude hit absolute fucking moonshots.
Yeah, I was watching this thing about it was something about hitters that were nearly impossible to get out for a period of time. Barry Bonds, I think, was like 03 to 05, maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah, he was drawing like
7,
80 intentional walks a year.
Right, and if you threw a pitch in the strike zone, he hit it.
Yeah.
I remember specifically as a Yankee fan, we couldn't get Manny Ramirez out for like a 3-year period.
Right.
David Ortiz was dangerous. Manny Ramirez was impossible.
Yeah.
And if the game came up and Ortiz got on, they pinch ran for him, and fucking Manny Ramirez.
Vladimir Guerrero Sr.
Yes.
Seeing him on a ball that literally bounced in front of home plate. Ripped
golf shot one for
a home. Yeah, it's like, holy shit, who does this stuff?
Yeah, he golf shot and won like 500 feet.
Yeah, dude had no fucking strike zone. Every ball that was thrown his way.
And he swung from his shoe tops,
bro. Always hit it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, other than that, just a little research stuff on Revere, where we're going.
Yeah.
And
where are you going?
Revere, Mass.
What's
was
Paul
actually
Revere?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Named after, but the first public beach in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where like the Pilgrims crashed, landed on that beach or something?
Plymouth is nearby. Plymouth
Yeah.
is like 20 minutes away, I think. So.
Yo, have you ever been to Plymouth Rock?
I have not.
Don't go.
No, not worth it.
No, it smells like piss, and you're like, that's it? That's the rock?
Oh. I'm
Like,
definitely going to go to...
Some hobos piss on it at night or something. When I was there, it was just, I was like, that's it, dude? That's it. Bunch of people just stand around, and they're like, oh, they landed on Plymouth Rock. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Was it bigger back then?
Yeah,
it must have been.
I don't know.
Eroded it away.
What the fuck is that?
The one thing I am looking forward to is Gloucester's, again, like a 20-minute ride. And the monuments they have there for all the lost fishermen at sea in the Andrew Gale, based obviously out of the Perfect Storm movie. There's one there for that as well, which looks cool. And shout out to... That's it.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, okay, I saw it now.
Back in the day, they didn't even have the cage around it.
Damn.
And I'm like, that's it? And it reeked like piss. I swear bums pissed all over that thing.
That's awful.
So when are you going there?
The 12th to the 15th.
Oh, just a weekend?
Yeah. Shout out to my boys. We went out. It was a week delayed Father's Day breakfast because of work, so we went on Tuesday, and I got the addition of the...
Yeah, can you move your thing a little bit? Yep. I was at Castle Dracula.
Yep.
That's cool.
They had heard, they were listening to the show, and they both, it was funny, they both went on eBay, they both found the pin, they both had it in their carts, and when Max went back to buy it, Chris had already bought it.
So it was the only one?
It was the only one.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but no, that's about it, man. Just staying out of the fucking heat.
So we're just going to get a nut hut thing over there?
Gonna have to find one now,
yeah.
But staying out of the heat, not fat guy friendly.
No.
And
your hat kind of finally matches your sweater, though.
It's got enough colors in
Yeah.
it, so. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's it for me, man. It's been that kind of a week, you know.
Summer grind.
Summer grind. Doing a lot of camping, so I ain't got a lot to say. You know, nothing to say like on that end.
Yeah.
I will end with this. Have I told you the story where I thought I almost killed the dog?
No.
So I'm sleeping, and the dog is in the bed, and for whatever reason, the little dog, and I think I fall. I think, like in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh my god, oh fuck, that dog's dead. Like I forget all about it. So I'm like, dude, wake up, yo, you all right? And he's not moving.
What the fuck?
It's like he's rubber, bro. I mean, just
knocked out.
Not moving. And he's like down by my foot. So I fucking reach up, I grab him, then I yank him up by me, and I'm like, wake up, motherfucker, wake up. I'm like, oh my God, wake up. He's not waking up. I'm pulling his eyes open, his eyes are in his head. I'm like, his body's still warm. So now I'm like, I gotta think of something like, I'm not taking the blame for this.
God.
So I'm like gonna push him under. So like, oh my God, I fell asleep on him. Like, I'm not taking the blame. So now this is like 3 a.m, bro.
That's awful.
And I'm in the middle of like freaking out, like, oh my God, the fucking dog's dead. I'm like, I didn't know what else to do. So I just flicked him in the dick.
Oh, it's awful.
And he jumped up. I'm like, all right, he's alive. And I tossed him. I like literally grabbed him, tossed him up there on top of the pillow and sleep. Jesus Christ.
That dog was he was asleep.
He was out. I had no fucking
Holy
idea
shit.
what the fuck was going on.
My dogs do not sleep like that. Oh
Yeah,
my
out,
God.
bro. Out.
That's
To the
funny.
point I thought he was dead, bro. I picked him up and he was just.
That's terrible.
I did all the thing I could think of was to just flick him in the dick. He jumped right up.
No.
No.
Oh God.
Dude, I told Hughesy last night. I was telling Hughes and Burke last night. We were sitting around just bullshitting. And I told him, and Hughes let out like a little girl screaming. Like he was laughing so fucking hard. Oh my God.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't tell that story on here.
Oh my God.
It only just happened like a week ago, but
That's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it was. That was it, man. It was one of them nights.
Yeah, I'm still living off my fame from your story from last week
What's that?
when you called. All the boys were hooting and hollering.
Oh yeah.
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 That's funny stuff.
It is funny stuff. You got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Take us home.
All right, for GMAC, this is Winnie. This has been the Outlaws Podcast. And as always, take it deep and happy 4th.